Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing well. Today is Monday the 30th of January. Um, so this week is going to be very, very cold for us. We looked at the weather and it's going to be towards the later of the week, single digits during the day. I think it's going to be like 2 degrees on Friday, and then the night times are going to be below zero. So it's going to be really cold this week. Saturday, I took the kids. We hiked out early in the morning, and we went out and we did our grocery shopping for the month. We had like no food left in the house. When you have to hike, almost a mile out and a mile back and then drive. I was going to go out to Clay Cicero area, so there was a bunch of stores, and stop by my mom's. That's an hour drive there, an hour drive back. And to get all the groceries, I just kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off to the point where there was like really weird random things. We still had food, but there was really weird random things that we were eating, weird combinations, because I just didn't want to go to the grocery store. So Saturday, I finally just sucked it up. We went grocery shopping, visited with my parents for a little while. And the groceries, every time I go, because I don't go grocery shopping every week, I go every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. If we're going through, we'll stop in Camden or something like that really quick to grab something that we forgot or things like that. But I really don't do my big grocery shopping every week like I used to. It's once a month or every 3 or 4 weeks, something like that. So, but every time I go, since there's such a lag in between going shopping, I can see how drastically prices are changing within month to month. So I was a little shocked. We raised our quail last year. We did a bunch, filled the freezer. We had the half a cow, so we have plenty of meat. It's just things like butter, cheese, milk, and I think it was December was the last time I went out and really did a big shopping. I had stocked up. I went to the Amish store because they sell like the logs of cheese. So we buy those, and I have a meat slicer, and I just do all our cheese that way. So we really stock up. We got tons of cheese, but anyways, so I tried to stock up things like yogurt. I put that in the freezer as much as it says do not freeze. You can freeze yogurt, comes out fine. Same thing with milk and half. I put stuff in the freezer, in case we got snowed in. So that kind of carried us through for a while, but it was really just time to go. We have a lot of, I'll be with you shortly. Yes. We have a lot of dried fruit that we stocked up on. We got plenty of wheat berries for making bread. It's just I can't make bread every single day. It's exhausting for me, and it's hard on my body. So we have a lot of that stuff that we try to stock up on. And I have like the canned applesauce and the peaches I did this summer. But there's only so much applesauce and peaches you can eat in 1 week, and we really were craving like salad and fresh carrots and stuff like that. So we went out, we did that Saturday. So it wasn't too bad. It was about just over $200 for a month of butter and fruits and potatoes and stuff like that. So it's nice to have that stockpile again. And it's a good thing I went Saturday because, like I said, it's going to be bitterly cold this week. Saturday, Creed started to come down with a little cold, and now Selah woke up with a bit more congestion, so I have a feeling that's going to be going through the house this week. So it's a good week to just stay in, hunker down, play board games, do whatever. We're ready. In our last video, I think that uploaded, we showed you our makeshift skirting job around the cabin, and that really seems to make a difference with the heat, especially on the cold days. We're not having to have the fireplace going on full blast like it seems like we needed beforehand. So that's really nice. We'll put prettier skirting up on the springtime. We've been having to run our dehumidifier a lot because they did not insulate the roof properly, and we've been, with all the condensation, it drips down and it freezes, and just within the last month there's been a lot more dripping. Not terrible. It's not going to damage anything if we fix it in springtime. So springtime, we'll rip the whole roof off, do it properly, not have to worry about it again. But I wanted to show you the closet. We were able to, Dan hasn't worked very much lately, so we were able to repurpose a lot of things for the closet. And let me show you. Today I did a load of laundry, and I'm so thankful for my washing machine. It's all hanging up to dry. The washing machine has been just such a huge blessing. So here is our closet. Got to walk through the trees of laundry. Here's our closet. All done. We got our shelves in. We moved the TV into our bedroom for the nights that I'm in pain and need to watch something at night. Hello, Creed.
And we like to watch Lord of the Rings a lot.
Yes. So since we're trying to save as much money as possible, since we don't have a lot of income right now, we repurposed all of this stuff. The only new materials in this closet, which we got from the Amish, was this tongue and groove for the backing, and it was very, very cheap. So we went out and we got some tree saplings to work as our, whatever you call, curtain rod. And this, we needed some framing in the middle of the closet to help support this wall. And we're all about using as much space as we can. So when we put the 2x4s in here for the framing, we decided we're going to keep it open rather than drywalling it and then there's just empty space in between the framing. We turned it into storage space for all of my canned goods. So it's really nice to have a closet. This is my side with all my books. And we still have plenty of room to fill up. We got more books in storage. But it's just really nice to have that closet space. Our next project is going to be getting my kitchen together. So everything's really messy right now. So the kitchen countertops are going to go from about there around and around this way. The sink will be right in the middle. And we'll put a window right in the middle as well so I can see out the back. The fridge will stay. There will be a back door over there going out onto the deck eventually, so this stuff's going to have to move. All this housed my pantry goods and our plates and everything. So the other day, that's part of the reason why it's so messy in here, is every project you do just makes a mess. You have to put it somewhere. You have to rearrange where you're going to put the stuff and then put it there. So all this, I got most of it out. I have some left to do. We'll have to put the piano somewhere for now. I don't even know. So all our pantry stuff went into the closet. We used to have books and stuff here. I moved that into the closet and moved some of my pantry stuff that I use a lot, which I actually really like it here because I feel like it's nice decoration. And since we were able to empty all our clothes out of this, I put all of our other pantry stuff in there. And then he'll pretty soon be taking this apart. We had already bought our countertop months ago. It's just been kind of stored back here. A nice birch wood slab that will kind of cut in half to go around. I'm not going to do cupboards. I hate cupboards. I feel like they waste a lot of space with having the walls in between each cupboard. You waste a lot of space and things don't always fit well in them. So I'm going to go for open concept cupboards. So the shelf will just be open all the way. We're going to make it look really nice. I think it's going to look good with the natural wood look countertop. And we were given a stainless steel sink, so we didn't have to buy that, which was a huge blessing. So it'll probably be uncomfortable for a little while, like it always is when he does a project, because tools will be in the midst of everything, and it'll make cooking interesting. But right now, cooking is already interesting because I don't have an actual countertop to cook on. I do some stuff, most of my stuff here on the kitchen table, or when that's clean, I do it on the chest freezer. I've had a couple people ask about recipes that I use for cooks, since we do a lot of home cooked stuff. I started my sourdough starter, and I've been doing sourdough bread, which has been wonderful. It's really, really good for you. So I will do some videos on the different stuff I make with our sourdough starter and how to make the sourdough bread. When it comes canning season, I'll do a lot more recipes on the canning that I do. So I will probably make some bread today. I'll do a separate video about that. We had the neighbor up the road. He's the only other person here year-round. He got his snowmobile, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. And so I rode for the first time on a snowmobile yesterday. He brought me and the kids back with all the groceries, which was a huge blessing because we had a lot of groceries. So that was nice. We are praying in advance that we can find a really good deal on a snowmobile for next winter. I think it's going to have to be a must after experiencing this winter with having to walk there and back with sleds and carry stuff. It's just, with the way my health is, it's not going to be doable for much longer. We really need a snowmobile with a sled attached to it, especially for Dan when he has to carry like his table saw and, you know, the stand and all his tools. He has to make 2 or 3 trips on a sled, and sometimes the sled is not meant for carrying those big tools, so it tips over. It's just a pain in the butt. So we're praying that God provides a good deal on a snowmobile, either this spring or summer or something, that it just works out that we can afford a snowmobile for next winter. Because if there are times where we need to get out and it's super cold, we can bundle up and we don't have to walk, and we can get there quicker. We probably won't be going to church this week just because it's going to be so cold. It's not good for any of us to be walking in single-digit weather for 20, 30 minutes there and back. So that's kind of a bummer to have to miss out on events like that, but it is what it is. We're halfway through winter. We're doing well. We're sucking it up on some of the things that aren't so fun. We're staying safe and warm. But it's nice that we've had a mild winter so far, because we can kind of see how things are and figure out how to adjust for next year. Like I said, you know, the roof is something that's got to be done in the spring. Just different things like that. It's definitely a learning process. God's been very gracious to us. He's provided ways for things that, you know, we didn't know were going to be a problem, and yet He provided in advance. And thankfully nothing horrible has gone wrong. So we're very thankful for that. But I will do another video about those recipes, and we'll talk to you guys later.